Hello and welcome to News 500, to our special New Year show.
I'm Eric McElroy.
And I'm wearing glasses, and these are the headlines.
CityLink workers deliver their redundancies on time.
The Times newspaper has named Nigel Farage Briton of the Year, and that year was 1974.
Historic Right to Die campaigner Debbie Purdy has died aged 51. It's what she would have wanted.
A little girl asked for a Frozen doll this Christmas, and her father gave her a doll that he had frozen. He also gave her a Cabbage Patch Kid made of cabbage, took her to play at their local station, and gave her a My Little Pony. As he was a Cockney, it was a shit in a box.
Why would a Cockney do that?
It's a rhyming slang.
Oh, okay.
Well, the English language, you might need to work on it.
All right. Okay, I don't really understand the English language. North Korean President Kim Jong-un was called a racist this week after comparing Obama to a monkey. Luckily, Kim Jong-un can't be racist because he's not white.
A Fox News host speculated that the Air Asia flight crashed because foreign pilots used the metric system. She also believed another problem with foreign airlines was that they were speaking in foreign.
Speaking in foreign, like you.
At least I do it well.
A Virgin airline had to make an emergency landing at Gatwick this week due to some faulty landing gear. The pilot shook the plane to jiggle the equipment loose. If that hadn't worked, the co-pilot was planning to turn the plane off and on again.
You ever done that?
I shook it loose. Oh yeah.
I thought you were more likely to turn things off and then on again. The plane is thought to have been hacked by North Korea because the in-flight movie was The Interview.
With hacking and cyber attacks in the news, we wanted to get to the bottom of the dangers on the internet.
To find out more, I'm joined by an internet expert with a large share of social media pictures and billions of YouTube hits. I can speak to a cat. Hello. So what precautions should we be taking online? But I often find the other people in the library just notice. Is the internet worse for famous people? Just this week, Madonna's new album release was thrown into chaos after 6 of her new tracks were leaked online. How can you be so sure? Thanks for joining me. ISIS has executed 200 of...
Hey, little friendly fire there. It's friendly because you never know when it's going to fire.
ISIS has executed 200 of its own foreign fighters who were allegedly trying to flee and return home. How could they do that at Christmas?
Maybe they haven't heard the song. Italy have staged their now biennial ferry crash. So far, less than 20 people have died, so it doesn't seem to have been as successful as the last one.
For the 4th time, David Cameron has taken part in the annual Oxford charity mud race. Let's just hope he takes part in the annual Italian ferry crash next year.
Annual? I thought it was bi. It was announced that more robots will be used for surgery this week. This follows a trend of more electronic devices being used in medicine. For example, I've got an app that does that. Hold on. Siri, how is my health?
You've got cancer.
Just friendly fire. In other news, a health worker in Glasgow was being treated for a strain of Ebola. Aggressive, dangerous and potentially fatal. Glasgow is a city in Scotland.
Siri, cancel my Netflix.
Delivery company CityLink has gone into administration and was criticised for telling workers on Christmas Eve. Management have said they hope to hold back any layoffs. To find out more, we're joined on the line by Union Rep Bob Sackworthy. Hello.
Hey up, we're hoping to keep people on as there's one last job to do. They can deliver their redundancy letters to themselves. Cheaper than Royal Mail.
But won't someone need to be in to sign for those letters?
Yep, if there's no one in because they're at work, we'll just leave a note and they can try and deliver it again the next day.
There you go. A job for life.
And finally, it's time for our year in review.
The first McDonald's was opened in Woolwich. A local councillor said this will put us on the map, as our residents will now be bigger and easier to see.
A British nuclear bomb tested in the US caused conflict within the Labour Party. Some officials defended the test, saying it appears not to have made that much difference to Detroit.
There's always shit in Detroit. The Prime Minister called a snap election following the miners' strike. He said at the time, well, if they're not going to work, I'm not going to bother.
Hold on, I mean, the Prime Minister didn't call an election this year.
Oh. You said we were doing a year in review. You didn't say which year.
And that's it for this year's News 500. To get your regular fix, subscribe now. The week's news in 500 seconds. And to play us out, here's our greatest moments from 2014.
You want another popper for this? There you go. Woo! I was late with that one.
All around me are familiar faces, worn out places, worn out faces, bright and early for their daily races, going nowhere, going nowhere. Their tears are filling up their glasses, no expression, no expression. Hide my head, I wanna drown my sorrow. No tomorrow, no tomorrow. And I find it kinda funny, I find it kinda sad. The dreams in which I'm dying are the best I've ever had. I find it hard to tell you, I find it hard to take. When people run in circles, it's a very, very mad